What did you expect from Conor McGregor's return? Shock, awe, bloodshed, a war, triumph, defeat. What were you expecting? Because we got pretty much all of that, just not in the actual main event. We didn't even get a main event. We got everything that goes with a Conor fight week, the build-up, the press conferences, the walkouts, everything, but no actual fight. If you don't know, Conor McGregor, on the first shot, the first thing he did was run to the center of the octagon.
Kick. Watch this.
And throw a jumping switch kick. Unk did some prime Conor McGregor shit, prime 145 Conor McGregor shit, and blew out, tore his meniscus likely, completely fucked his knee in the opening seconds of the fight. Very disappointing, very anticlimactic, and probably the last time we'll ever see him in the octagon. I don't know. I definitely wasn't expecting him to go out there and being his prime, but the version that we would have got tonight is going to be significantly better than the version we'll get tomorrow, the week after, the month after, and likely the 9 to 12 months it's going to take to recover an injury like this. So I think it's safe to say that it's over. And what can you say, man? What can you really say? Like, yeah, it's a bummer, but come on, guys. I mean, this is what happens. Okay, this is what happens. Your body is not designed to 5 years to cocaine and get on gear and do all this shit that's going to weaken your ligaments and weaken these quick twitch ability and your stamina and your chin and your brain and all this. This is not how you're supposed to treat your body and then just lock in for a year, maybe less than a year, and then come back and perform at the highest level. I was saying it before the fight. It's just not how it works. Maybe when you're in your mid-20s, early 30s, that you can do that, but you can't do that when you're close to your 40s and out of the game, man. You just can't, bro. You can't. And it's shitty. It sucks, but at the end of the day, it's a harsh reminder that life ain't a fairy tale, man. You can't just expect that this is just how it's going to be and you can just jump back in there and be a prime version of yourself. Conor found out that your body gives out. Conor found out that age is a real thing, right? Now, there is a lot of talk going around. There's a lot of talk about this because people are saying that he had an injury before and that it was something he was dealing with. I am a believer in this. I saw this footage here, and I feel like this is pretty good evidence. Just look at the way, we'll break it down. So automatically, there's this little snap on this. This is the right leg. This is the injured leg. There's automatically a very weird snap in the way that he's treating this leg. You can already see it as soon as he lands. Boom, like this. He's gingerly walking back. That, to me, he already has this energy about him like, I don't want to be here, right? So he's okay. He's all right. A little stiff on it. Trying to jump in and get it ready. Practicing that jumping switch kick again. There he goes. He caught it a little bit better that time, but he's trying to figure out, do we stick to the game plan and do we run out there and do the jumping switch kick like we've been practicing all camp? Because we can't do the spinning back kick anymore. We're not going to. Our knee is compromised. Our leg is compromised. It's probably not the best idea. What should we do, right? So he's still practicing in the back to see, okay, is this the game plan? Do we still go out and do this? You can see him still getting ready to do it, still doing it. And you see him landing. That's a better land, but you can still see it. Now he's looking downward at that leg. He's looking downward at that leg again. Everybody in this room is watching this leg. They're all watching the leg. And you can see him, even that little tell right there, where he takes his foot and he presses it on top of his other foot, and then he drags it. That's enough for me to believe that this was something that he was dealing with. Straight up. And then we're going to have another moment. He's going to do it again. He's already got this look on his face. Look, I've watched a lot of Conor McGregor as well as a lot of other people have. When he starts doing this little tongue thing, it's a tick. It's like a tick for him. It's like no good, no bueno, because he already has this like deflated, I just lost the fight energy, and this is before he went out there. But we'll see it again. I don't know what he says here. Hold on, let's turn up the volume. I don't know what he said here, but so he's already getting the throwing that right kick. Now, people are saying that this is evidence, and the clip isn't here, but there's another clip where he gets this like weird, he throws the jumping switch kick again, goes off balance, kind of looks at the leg and looks at his coach real quick, and it's a very quick thing, but it's 1,000 words. It tells 1,000 words. Now, to me, people are using this as evidence that he was able to be throwing kicks. But to me, this is, my leg is fucked up. We need to get it warm so I can go out there and try to compete with it. That's what I read it as. If you disagree after seeing this, I mean, okay, I get it, I guess. But to me, this is as solid of evidence as you need. Now, him walking out was also, there's another weird, very strange moment of him taking the shoe off. So that's your left leg. This is the right leg. We're balancing on the right leg. And now we're kind of ginger. And we don't, like, we're stumbling with both of our legs. It's very interesting to me. I think it's very weird. I think it's very telling that he can't keep up with the way that he used to train, the way that he used to fight anymore. I mean, the version of Conor that we saw walking out tonight, it just felt super surreal, super weird. Like, he looked very, very, this is my last fight. I'm a lamb to the slaughter. Like, last time we saw Conor going out there, he's yelling in the camera and sticking his tongue out and going out there with at least a confidence, bro. Just like a fucking aura, at least something, right? And I don't know, man. I just didn't see that in him last night. And by the way, the Mohawk's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm a hater on the Mohawk. Balding through the Mohawk is crazy. That's nuts, all right? I just got to say it. I just got to say it. But yeah, man, overall, pretty sad. Pretty sad thing. It sucks. But at the end of the day, man, like, this is what happens, bro. Your body gives out. Your body gives out, straight up. Max Holloway hasn't been doing this shit, man. Max Holloway hasn't been doing the weekends of cocaine and you know, fucking overstressing the ligaments when on steroids and then getting off steroids and going back to the way you used to train. Like, it's not something you should do. I don't think it helped him at all. And, you know, we've been talking about this for years, about what was Conor going to look like when he came back. Is he going to be rusty? Is he going to be slow? I mean, I feel like this is pretty expected. You know, even last night, to the people that I was watching this card with, I said, I was like, dude, Conor might go out there and fuck up his leg again. It might happen. And, you know, like, everybody in the room was like, oh, like, don't even say that. You're going to curse the card. And, of course, that happens. And then they're all looking at me like I cursed it. But, I mean, bro, like, you got to think about this shit, because, honestly, it kind of made sense to me leading up. I was thinking about that. I was like, you know, I could see that happening. I could just see that happening. The MMA gods saying, no, you're not going to get a Conor fight after 5 years. We're just going to fucking destroy his knee so you don't even get to see him throw a punch. Because me personally, I wanted to see him fight. I just wanted to know. I just wanted some questions answered. Was he shit? Was he still pretty good? Even though he's probably not. But was he still, like, now we don't know. And now we'll never know. Because even if he comes back, man, like, what even is the point? And how do you sell that? How do you sell another McGregor fight? I don't know. So it really sucks. It sucks for Max, but, you know, because, like, I know he wanted to fight and do it, but, I mean, you know, at least he got a paycheck, easy paycheck, and he went out there and, you know, whatever, right? Easy paycheck, went home. Conor got a decently easy paycheck too. I mean, apart from fucking ripping his knee into shreds, but the rest of the card was pretty good, man. Patty became the real main event, and I mean, finished Benoit Saint Denis in fucking 50 seconds, like just an absolute G. I'm a fucking spider lad. I mean, look at him, dude. This was unreal. And you fly into Patty's guard super carelessly. I mean, that's what happens, bro. You get put in, and you get wrapped up like an anaconda, thinking that you're all this, thinking that you can go and do the sub game with Patty, and Patty's gonna wrap you up, dude. I mean, the thing is, like, we talk about, guys who are on the level of Charles Oliveira, guys who are on the level of having that ground game where if you go into their guard, it's just immediately dangerous. Patty is one of those guys, for sure. After I picked him to win. After the Gaethje fight, you have a lot of people counting out Patty for this fight and saying that he's going to get chinned, or, he was a hype train this whole time, and all this fucking bullshit. And most of me and my friends were picking Patty because A, we like Patty, but B, we believe in him, dude. I mean, I believe in him still. He's still pretty fucking young, right? Now really starting to come into getting some credible fights, some credible wins in the UFC. Just, loses to Gaethje by decision, but does better than Topuria, right? In one way or another. I mean, I still think Topuria put more damage on Gaethje, but overall does better than Topuria, takes less damage. Gotta wonder, man. You gotta wonder where the division's going. So I think it's pretty ironic. There's a lot of funniness about this. There's a really funny visual of him standing there with his knee all fucking blown out, and I don't know, man. I get that, like, a lot of people are upset about this, but dude, come on, man. Why is he going out there doing prime 145 Conor shit? Like, what's the game plan? Why are we doing that? You didn't even try to ease into it. And people are saying, like, well, if he had a pre-existing injury, why would he go out there and throw the jumping switch kick immediately? Well, because that was the plan. That was the game plan. Plain and simple. I think Conor just stuck to the game plan of let's go out there and throw it because, I mean, if I fucking don't, I'm going to throw the rest of the night off. And honestly, I just don't think Conor really... I think Conor knew it was fucking compromised, but it wasn't torn or anything by the time he went out there. And he's throwing it backstage, and he's doing it fine. He's having issues a little bit, but it didn't tear until, and obviously he went here. But I don't know. The whole thing is a little sus. I don't quite know exactly what is going on. Like, afterwards, he kind of walked. He walked out, but he kind of hobbled out, but he walked straight out fast as hell. So I don't really know. I mean, you got to wonder at this point where this puts Conor. I mean, I think this was something he's been dealing with for a majority of the camp, and he just didn't want to pull out, which, I mean, I guess I respect that, but I would have rathered him pulled out, because then at least we got a main event. Not got baited, saw Conor in the octagon without actually seeing him fight. Like, it's just, it's a fucking bait, man, and it's just, it sucks, but at the same time, like, he didn't want to pull out because then people were going to call him a pullout merchant. Then you probably can't sell another fight, but I still think you could have sold another fight better if he pulled out rather than this, because now people are just going to be looking at him as frail. His body's just kind of giving out, and he can't depend on it anymore, and I don't know if we ever see him in there again, to be honest. I don't know if you do. Not to mention, who the fuck knows where he's going to be at mentally. I mean, we thought everybody says that Conor found God and crazy, coked up McGregor is gone, but I don't think that's the case. I mean, Dustin Poirier looked to be one of the most solid guys ever, like head on straight, never going to fall into that shit, but he's had some, and I'm not comparing the two. They're very different, obviously, but Dustin Poirier's had some trouble because out of being without the fight game, without a purpose. So, by the way, for anybody who's going to be, like, upset with me about laughing about some of this and making jokes on it, like, first, Conor McGregor hurt me when I was a child. Like, he like, watching him completely sell the bag in so many different ways, watching him run off to boxing to fight Mayweather, to come back to lose to Khabib, then take 2 years off or a year and a half off, beat Cerrone, take another year off, and then get knocked the fuck out by Poirier. and then break his foot. That all happened when I was the ripe age of like 15 to 17. Like, well, 14 to 17, but still, like, I was a kid, you know? And now having watched the sport and become a real fan and being more of like a hardcore, you learn to just shake it off, man. Like, I was really upset about the Ilya loss, but it's been just over a month now, and it's like, you just got to shake it off, dude. You just got to shake it off, man. At the end of the day, that's how it goes. And yeah, this one's, a little tough, but I mean, I told the people I watched with this with, I was like, the Tom Aspinall thing was a lot more disappointing in my opinion, and I hate that. Like, people like Dana will sit there and blame Tom Aspinall when he gets fouled in the eye. Like, not to mention that he wins the interim belt, steps up on short notice on International Fight Week 3 years ago, by the way, to KO Sergey Pavlovich. Gets sat out, waiting for John Jones. John Jones fucking dodges because that's what he does. And Aspinall comes back to fight Blades, KOs Blades in the first round in a couple minutes, destroys him. Then he's out on the sidelines again. Then Tom Aspinall's finally the actual champion. Goes to get his first real title defense, even though he's already had a title defense against Blades. And gets fouled so bad that now he's been out for almost a year. And the guy who fouled him gets to go and compete on the White House card and fight Pereira. Like, I think that situation is 10 times more sadder. I think that's so much worse. But, MMA fans are fucking brainwashed when it comes to Conor McGregor because everybody got into the sport because of him. I got into the sport because of him, but I'm not going to be brainwashed and say that this is somehow worse than that. Because it's not. There's way worse moments that have happened recently, and people don't care half as much because it's not Conor. So, whatever, man. Like I said, it's pretty insane. It sucks. It really does. But, like, come on. We got to be real, man. Like, it sucks that we were robbed, but there's things about this that suck more than just the fact that Conor got injured. Oh, dude, it's so sad. He's just, prime Conor is really gone. Like, I'm more upset that we didn't get a main event, period. I'm more upset that we wasted this whole last couple months getting ready for this fight, and it didn't happen. And we also didn't get a main event in place that could have filled that void. Now we just got nothing. That's not true. We got Patty. We got Patty, baby. We got Patty the baddie, lady. We got Patty the baddie, lad, going out there and getting a fucking submission. He's asleep. He's just woken up. I'm a fucking spider, lad. Like, bro, we got Patty. So, thank you to Patty. Oh, yeah, I just wanted to touch on this real quick. This is a year ago, by the way. Or, okay, sorry, 2 years ago. But somebody said that Conor McGregor spent the last 5 years working hard to get back into the octagon. No, he didn't.
Here in front of everybody at the state of the BKFC.
Well, I think it makes a lot of sense. We haven't seen Conor in the ring in a while. But I know he loves bare knuckle, and I'd love to face off against him anytime. Anytime we're looking for the action.
Yeah, you're welcome back, because I welcomed you back. October 11th is your date, and you'll dance for me, boy. You'll dance for the owner.
So, Conor worked 5 years tirelessly to get back in the octagon, and now it's just gotten taken away from him. Conor locked in for like 8 months, 6 to 8 months, if that. So, that's it, man. That's it. That's all.